All right, welcome back to Race Ready, Road to Boulder, episode 13. This series is a series documenting my journey to my first half Ironman. I'm also going to be running with Adley, who is also running his first half Ironman, and we'll be running it together in Boulder, Colorado on June 6th. I believe that's 5 weeks away, or 6, one of the two. All right, so Adley and I go way back. If you are interested, I'm going to post a picture of week 8 of my last video series, which was Joints Unleashed. And in this episode, I introduce Adley, who I was running, or I am made plans to run this half Ironman before this series. And it shows a small, like a minute montage of Adley and I training back when I first met him when he was 7 years old. It's a great little montage. Check it out, please, if you're interested in our history together. Anyway, he is in Colorado, going to college, and this is the year that he's graduating. And that is another reason for the race, is just a goodbye to Colorado from Adley. And I just got invited to his graduation on May 19th. So the cool thing is, number one, it's going to be awesome and amazing watching him graduate. And two, we're going to take the opportunity to do some training together while I'm there with him. So hopefully, I'm hoping that there's going to be an opportunity to swim where we are going to swim in Boulder. So I'll do some research. I'm going to find out more details in the future. But at the moment, the plan is to go to Boulder on May 19th. So it's going to be some good recon and some good times to watch my boy Adley graduate college. It's been a great journey from 7 to graduating college. So it's going to be very exciting. And it's going to be exciting to see what the future holds. All right, we will see you. Oh, actually, yeah, we will see you on the next video. All right, welcome back to the video. All right, so this is going to be non-triathlon related, but has to do with me, and it's a special event for me. So I'm here in Salinas, and you know what? I won't say yet. I'll let some videos go by, and I'll announce it later. So for now, I'm at a mystery spot in Salinas. See you soon.
Very simple. From 5,000 square feet to only 2,200 square feet. What's so funny? That our rent is cutting it down.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, and when he falls, I'm gonna step over his head. Okay? Boom, I'm gonna push his knee. Boom, and then step over. When I step over, now I have to open my hand. See? Just open and grab it. And sometimes the guy tries to take off my foot. I pass my foot, my arm under my foot underneath his arm. So now he's really in trouble here. He's most likely will break that ball, right? So when I'm here, I'm blocking his chest. So if he tries to get in my guard, it's harder for me to get over to me. So I frame. Actually, guys, before anything, I just have one Omar being with me for many years. You know? Around this time. Oh, you know that one?
He was all clapping. His name is Omar too. And we have another Omar right there.
So he's been with me for many years. When I was all broken and couldn't walk and couldn't like move my arm and my neck, he fixed me, you know. So because most of the time he was the one breaking me. But it's been 3 years, and I don't know if you guys know, when you're a black belt, every 3 years you get a stripe, and today is his first stripe. Oh. Now we live far away, but the love never stops.
Professor Omar Lima.
All right, welcome back. In conclusion, just in case for people who do not know, I am a first degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it took me a span of 14 years to achieve my black belt, and it took me 11 total years of training to achieve my black belt. I personally think it is my biggest accomplishment in life, and I treat it that way. It meant the world to me when I was promoted to a black belt, and I've learned and grown so much since achieving this black belt. And I won't go too much into it because I don't want to make it a long video, but the biggest takeaway that I received from Jiu-Jitsu, and it carries on over to triathlon training. And if you watch my Ironman video, okay, I'll put it in the description below. My friend Tina, another black belt, said some words of wisdom, and it never really hit me until she said the things that she said. And one of the things about being a black belt is 11 years of training. That is, we're talking about, in the beginning, I was doing 4 times a week. In the middle, I was doing 3 times a week. And now, as of a couple months ago, or as of before the Ironman training of last year, I was training 4 to 5 times a week of jiu-jitsu. So there's a lot of hours and a lot of time on the mats, and all those sparring sessions, all the drilling. One of the biggest things that I've taken away from jiu-jitsu is no matter what position you're in, what submission that you're in, that there's always an answer. Now, it might not always work because depending on how far or how deep the choke is or the submission is in, there's timing. And if you stress like you're drowning and you're struggling to attempt to get out of this submission, you actually make the submission easier for your opponent to finish. The thing that I learned is if you have patience and you're relaxed, then your body will react to all the years of training and find a way to get out, if the timing is right. But the patience, not allowing adversity to control your emotions, right? Because, we want to do what we feel is survival. I'm gonna struggle. In reality, it's the opposite. You just need to relax. Once you relax, things can start thinking, working, the training kicks in, everything. So I've taken that training or that way of thinking into my triathlon training. During the Ironman race, for example, one of the hardest things that I wasn't able to prepare for, that I really, really struggled, was the rain. it rained. Oh man, it poured. It was raining. And by the time it started raining, I was already on my last leg of my bike ride. And I think I was flying in the first half. But once it started raining, I felt like I was riding on flat tires. I even remember I was crossing one of the bridges, and as I was coming up to or approaching a volunteer, I asked, "Hey, do I have flat tires?" And she goes, "No." It felt like flat tires, and it killed my mind, because I remember thinking, man, I was flying, the stupid rain came in, it increased the friction on the ground. I feel like I'm flat. I mean, it was just it was just festering in my mind. I was complaining. And there was a moment where I caught myself. I'm like, complaining. Like, I get choked out every night, right? This is water. I can still breathe. I can still move. I can still it's harder, but it's not killing me. And then I just okay. And I just relaxed and ended up finishing it. It was still hard, but it didn't mess up my mind the way it was when I first started to react. And that's, to me, what jiu-jitsu has taught me. And I carry that over to sports. I carry that into life, right? When I feel like life is just beating me down, I'm like, whatever, I'll just stay relaxed, and my mind will figure out a way to come up with the conclusion that it needs to come up with. But I can't be like that if I'm all intense and just kind of going crazy. So that's what I picked up from all these years of jiu-jitsu. And let me explain first. So 3 years ago, I was promoted by Milton Bastos, the gentleman that was there promoting me, giving me my first stripe. And the stripe system in jiu-jitsu is your first 3 degrees are 3 years apiece, right? So after 9 years, the next 5 after that, or next 4, I believe, are 5 years apiece. So, after 25 years of being a black belt, then you get promoted to, the coral belt, right? So that is, now that jiu-jitsu is starting to mature, you're starting to see a lot of the legends promote to become coral belts. It's pretty amazing. But so I earned my first stripe. So this stripe represents 3 years of being a black belt. Now, what I do not have on this belt, I have multiple belts. I don't have any tape, but on this belt, this is actually stitched in. But this belt, these 2 stripes show that those are my teaching bars, or my teaching stripes. I have taught classes for 2 years, or a sum of 2 years, to get these stripes. So my black belt looks like this: my teaching bars and my first degree. That was what we witnessed. It was my 3 years of being promoted, being a black belt, and just wanted to share that moment with you guys. So other than that, we will see you next week.